I've come to terms with the idea that I'm a perfectionist. The concept doesn't speak to me on some deep spiritual level or anything, but when I need to explain my actions to other people, this is the word I find myself landing on the most. A lot of people don't see that as a valid problem, liken it to being too kind or too good at something. Surely, if you're always striving for perfection, that just means anything you make is going to be amazing, right? But that's not the case. Speaking personally, the videos I've released I haven't released because I thought they were perfect. If anything, I think the opposite, that at the time the video was pretty bad, has a lot I need to fix, and they're only out there because I forced myself to end it before I felt it was ready. When I reflect, I can normally feel at least a little bit proud of what I've made, but there's always this slight burn of guilt that it isn't enough. And that's not to even speak of the endless projects I've just not finished or even started in some capacity, because I didn't think they were good enough. A couple of songs, tens of stories, dozens of games, and a myriad of videos, programs, or other creative outlets that failed my impossible standards. It's a spiral that constructs itself by deconstructing you, one that can easily consume you on its own. The more projects you fail, the more you tell yourself you're going to fail. Most of your work stops being work and starts being fear that whatever you're doing right now is wrong. Giving up on a project before it's done rejects a lot of the growth that would come from releasing it. The criticism or the support, the feedback, and so the next project is just as hard, if not harder than the last. But what if someone doesn't like it? What if there's a glaring issue that everyone is going to notice? Those thoughts become paralyzing as the project grows in size, with more corners to conceal your own shortcomings. Of course, if there was a glaring issue, I wouldn't even care that much once the project is done. It's just the thought that I'm making them right now, and I could stop it. After a while, those thoughts completely consume the project, until it's no longer work, it's just worry and fear. The past week I've been working on a project that's pretty much just for myself and a couple of close friends. Even though it's taking a lot of work on my part, I realise that work is the reward. I was just enjoying solving problems and designing something that felt unique. For a long time I thought that I wanted popularity or success. But I looked over my videos, and whether they got 1,000 views with no effort or a dozen with immense, I felt total apathy to what others thought of it. I did it. Its experience is still with me, and that's all I care about. I guess that'd be a problem if I ever did build any kind of a following, but realising that has made me a lot happier. At least right now. While the perfectionism isn't gone from this project, I've gotten a lot further in it than any of my older shots in this type of things. I've tried applying this type of thinking to something like art, and it seems to work there as well. Maybe I've solved this age-old problem with myself. Finally, I can start living my life the way I always should have been. But I know all too well that problems are made up of a bunch of contributing factors. There's never a silver bullet, never a golden key to unlock the shackles. It's more like shaving them down with rocks you find lying around. Hopefully I'm free. Who knows?